Oh, congratulations and welcome back, Senator Marley.
I know it's kind of late. I mean, it's almost over, but, came to wish you a happy birthday. Looks like I'm the only one in town who isn't remembered.
And here you go, Senator.
Oh, thank you very much. So how was Washington?
Just fine.
I bet it must have felt good to actually get there. The reward after all the hard work.
I don't know. I really didn't have time to think about it. I had a very full schedule.
I'll bet. Being feted, wined, and dined. Power's pretty heady stuff, isn't it?
If you'll excuse me, I've got a few details to take care of before the interview.
Of course.
What's this, Roger?
It's a question I want you to ask the senator-elect.
I didn't need anybody telling me how to do my job, Roger.
Wait a minute. That was not my intention. But the Springfield audience would be very interested in this.
The waterfront development? Come on, Roger. Ross was loud and clear about where he stood on this during the campaign. The land's protected. It's zoned off for historical preservation. What's to ask?
Well, there is a slightly pressing issue of jobs.
Yes, and congestion and sanitation.
Not to mention the nesting of woodchucks.
Look, I don't want to rehash the whole debate, okay? He felt that Thorpe's Towers was a bad idea then. I don't see him changing his mind.
Well, look, certain campaign promises get sacrificed on the altar of give and take in Washington politics. I'm just asking the question. What do you have to lose? It might be interesting to see if there's been any movement on the issue.
Hail!
Excuse me. Hi, Fletcher.
Connie, right?
Yeah.
The conquering hero.
Thank you, Connie. Yes, I came, I saw, I gave another interview.
Well, this is good. I mean, it's good for people to see one of their own who's finally made it. One of their own has survived one whole week in Washington and not already been completely warped.
No, same old me.
Well, that's good. That's really good because it gives hope to others of us who aspire to a job in Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Did you like how I just sort of eased into that?
I was going to say something about that.
Yeah, well, I'm only asking, see, because I'm at this critical juncture in my life right now, and I got to know what I'm going to be when I grow up. No, seriously. I am actually considering a couple of other job offers, and no pressure. It's just that I need to, settle things one way or the other, that's all. And
I did tell you I was going to make a decision while I was away,
I
didn't I?
kind of did remember something like that.
Fletcher, I'd like you to be part of my team.
All right, everybody, let's man your battle stations.
Mr. Thorpe, you have a call on line 2.
Thanks, man.
Good to see you, Senator-elect.
Roger Thorpe. Oh, Jenna, did you get my message? Not too long. I'll be there. In the meantime, I sent you over a little whatnot. Should be arriving anytime soon. Hope you like it. Bye.
Just leave it, Blake. Why bother?
Well, a little bent, but I think they'll survive. Kind of like a relationship type of thing.
I am not in the mood.
Actually, I knew you were alone.
So?
I was there when you called Dad and broke the date.
Did you come to rub it in? Did you come to gloat over your poor, pathetic mom who can't get anybody to come to her birthday party? But that's only because she's such a lousy mother.
I didn't say that.
You don't have to say it, Blake. I know you that well.
You really think so?
I know you so well, in fact, that I can anticipate what's going to come out of your mouth before you even say it.
How does it always come to this so fast?
Because we're good at it. You made the rules, but I'm such a quick study. So now, have we exhausted every possible reason for you coming to see me? Now that you can't insult me anymore?
You really want to know why I came?
Hark, a visitor. Sit tight. We may have a party after all. Yes?
Package for Ms. Lindsay.
Oh, that's me. Thank you.
You could sign.
Oh, here. Oh, and wait. Here you go. Keep it. Thank you. Well, at least one other person on the face of the earth remembered my birthday. Looks pricey. Not exactly my taste. I'm not sure of the significance. sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Mother, please don't. It's my birthday. Let me have my fun. Must have been sent from someone very patriotic. Could it be? No. I don't think so. Hey. My darling Jenna, to celebrate your visa. So glad you'll be staying in America. Looking forward to a wonderful dinner and night. Love, Roger, you pig. You stand me up on my birthday. You know, one thing I really can't stand is people looking at me like they feel sorry for me, and I seem to be getting that wherever I go these days. I don't like it. Stop it.
Well, I know what you mean. I'm all alone, too.
Well, to be completely immodest about it, if I may, my record speaks for itself. As district attorney, I had women working on all levels of my staff. In fact, I think it's common knowledge that women played a very important role in my getting elected senator.
This is priceless. It's kind of like Soon Yi and Mia sitting down to watch Woody Allen movie, don't you think?
Very hectic, mainly because I have a lot of obligations here.
Oh, if they only knew.
No, they haven't, but I think that will be forthcoming very soon.
Well, let's hope so. I understand that you're looking at real estate in Georgetown.
Yes, I'm afraid I am.
He's really doing it. Unbelievable.
Have you made any decisions on your Washington staff yet?
Well, we know someone he's leaving behind, don't we, honey?
Listen, please.
No, I haven't, but I will be deciding that very, very soon.
You know, we heard a lot during the campaign about the rezoning of the waterfront.
Mm-hmm. And that's a very politicized topic, and the staff that I'm currently assembling, they're going to be looking into all sides of that issue.
What did he...
During the campaign, you stated clearly that you were for protecting the land for environmental and historical reasons.
Now, Nick, all I'm saying to you right now is that I want my new staff to take a look at all sides so I know where to use my voice, where it will do the most good.
Now, your constituents may feel that that is a complete reversal. Do you want to comment on that?
That's because the hypocrite has sold out.
Well, he didn't have much choice.
They're all the same, honey. Empty promises.
Nick, what I opposed, and I thought I made this abundantly clear during the campaign, what I opposed was the reckless development of that site, or any site for that matter, without the due consideration of its intrinsic values.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have here tonight. I would like to thank Senator-elect Ross Marler for joining us for this edition on Issues and Answers. This is Nick McHenry. Have a good evening.
And we're out.
Thank you.
Ross? Yes. Off the record, you are not going to let Thorpe build this monument to his ego, are you?
Well, I just want my new staff to get an opportunity to look at all sides of the issue. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Ross, one more thing. This is completely unrelated. What can you tell me about your assistant district attorney, Jim Haggerty? I understand that he's being considered for the replacement post for the DA's office.
Yeah, the Attorney General is running a background check right now, but, that's about all. Why are you so interested in Haggerty?
Personal reasons.
Oh. Well, that's all I know. Sorry, I wish I could help you more. I can. Fletcher, when you're on the payroll, I hope you're not going to be openly defying me like this.
Did you say when, not if?
We'll talk later.
Hey, looks like things are looking up, buddy.
Well, congratulations. I thought the interview went splendidly. And it sounds like you and I have a deal, partner. Look. I know you've got a lot on your plate right now. The transition must be a logistical nightmare.
I'm swamped.
Look, I appreciate that, but there are a few matters that need clarification.
You heard what I said on the waterfront project. Just be satisfied.
Obviously, we can't talk here. How about your place?
This is not a good time for me, Roger.
Sorry, can't wait.
You care to join me on a toast to the senator-elect?
No.
To Senator Marler, a man of much talk, little action. Well, You think he's so hot doesn't say too much for the Spaulding boys. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say I'd give him about 8, 5.
Why do you have to do this?
It's medicinal, darling. I can't sleep. I close my eyes and little images race on the back of my eyelids like tiny home movies.
Can't you just let this go, Mom? We both had lives before Ross. I'm getting on with mine. How long are you going to wallow in this?
I can't believe my ears. Are you actually talking about going back to the good old days? You who has so often told me that things were always rotten between us.
Not always.
Well, let's think back to the last time we got on. Oh, yeah, I remember. The memory I use for this is always your 9th birthday party. You remember? It was a big party and lots of presents, and you and I got on horses, and we ran, and we rode into the woods and had a picnic.
I remember laughing. I remember you talking to me like an adult. I felt very close to you.
Yeah, I think you were having boy problems. I should have seen the signs. You didn't have the decency to wait until you were a teenager.
Mom, can we have a conversation without hurting each other? I mean, is it possible to put the past behind us?
No. You're not making any sense. I'm the one who's had too much to drink. First you want to put the past behind us. First you want to go back to the past. Now you want to put the past behind us. Which is it? Of course, you know, you're right. Much as I hate to admit it, but in vino veritas. Things were never good between us, Blake. So what's the point of going back to anything or forward to anything? I mean, what's the use?
You sure you won't join me?
I have work to do, as I said.
Understand, I have to take care of this now before you're off to Washington. You'll be dealing with the rigorous demands of senatorship, and I'll be overseeing a massive construction project here. Be having very little contact between us, which is just fine for both of us, but I've got to make sure we're of a single mind about this.
So, we finally get to it, huh?
I don't think it's a good idea for you to have Fletcher Reed on your personal staff.
Well, Fletcher is none of your business.
Look at it logically. Man's a reporter by trade, lots of connections to the media. It's where his heart truly lies.
I trust him implicitly.
Which is why I'm the more objective party here. Now, come on. I know he's a friend. Promises may have been made.
Whoa. Now, wait a minute. This was not part of the deal. Now, I agreed to help you with Thorpe Towers because I decided that all the other good I could do in the Senate far outweighs one issue. In return, you agreed not to meddle in other affairs, and I'm certainly not going to let you appoint somebody to my staff.
I wouldn't dream of telling you what to do.
Well, what do you call it, Roger?
Protecting our mutual interests.
We have no mutual interests.
We both want this to work. Now, come on. Fletcher is the kind of guy asks a lot of questions. Too many. And when he doesn't get the answers he wants, keeps digging until he finds them. You don't need a guy like that around.
It wouldn't be a problem if you would keep your distance.
I'm not just talking about your involvement with me. There's Blake's indiscretion. Breaking and entering into your opponent's headquarters, stealing information that was responsible for you winning the election. False information. Now, come on. We both know what would happen if that got out. Don't you think it would be wiser to just tell Reed that you've chosen someone else?
I came over as soon as I could. I'm so psyched up about this. I can't tell you.
Fletch, first of all, I want to thank you for all the hard work you did on my campaign.
Sure.
And I want you to know that I respect you and your talents.
Then why do I feel like I'm about to get a gold watch?
I have decided to go in a different direction and hire somebody else.
Whoa. Whoa. I mean, every time you and I have talked, it seemed like it just... Okay, it seems like what really happened is that you think that you're going to give the job to somebody who's more qualified than me. You mind telling me who?
I haven't filled the position yet.
I don't follow.
I simply don't think it would be prudent for me to appoint somebody based on friendship, so I have made up a list of qualified candidates.
Ross, I just didn't fall off the turnip truck and walk in off the street here. I mean, you know me. I'm a beat reporter for 16 years, editor for 5. Hell, I ran the Journal for 2.
I know that, Fletch.
Well, if you know that, then I'm not going to stand here and give you my resume.
Look, it's a very good resume. I venture to say you could do anything you wanted to do.
Okay. You don't want to hire me. I can live with that. But you take my name off of the list even before you know anybody who's out there available? And after all this nudge, nudge, wink, wink stuff.
I believe I spoke prematurely, and that was a mistake on my part.
Why don't you keep my name on the list? I mean, until you finish the interview process with everybody else.
You see, with my track record, I don't think it would be wise for me to hire anybody with a personal connection.
I was good enough for you when your campaign was going down the tube.
Fletcher, I'm sorry. I've made this decision.
Fine.
Cheer up. Now, come on, he'll get over it. And there are lots of better qualified candidates out there. In fact, I've got a recommendation.
No! You are not going to appoint somebody to my staff, somebody to keep tabs on me for you.
Suit yourself. But let me remind you, I've done you a big favor suppressing this tape. And it's a general rule of politics that one good turn deserves another. If you've got a problem with that concept, maybe you ought to consider another line of work. Well, I can see that you've got some things to think about.
Well, I can see that this is not getting anywhere, so... I need to know an answer to a question before I go. Did you ever love me?
Oh, here we go again. Poor Blake. No one wanted her to be born.
It's a very simple question. What? Did you love me?
Why do you have to get into this? Why can't you just accept things as they are?
And how are they? I would like to get clear on that.
Well, clarity is a little bit of a problem for me tonight.
In vino veritas. I need to know.
You need too much.
Sorry you feel that way.
I used to excuse it, saying that you didn't have a father. But, you reach a certain point. Enough is enough. You were like a bottomless pit. You soak up everything. You give nothing back. That is what has made it always so impossible for anybody to love you.
That is not true. That is just not true. What about Daddy? He loves me.
That's narcissism, pure and simple. He sees you as a reflection of himself. He never had to put up with you day in and day out. Under those circumstances, you make it impossible for anybody to feel anything that most remotely resembles love.
Even my own mother.
I have tried.
But you didn't. You tried, and there was nothing there.
Blake, why do you keep at me like this? This is so impossible. What kind of a masochist are you? Do you want me to spell it out?
Yes.
All right, then, I'll say it. I don't love you. Does that make you happy? Holly, do you have any idea where Mr. Thorpe and Miss Bradshaw went to dinner tonight?
No, but I can find out. Oh, Mr. Thorpe, it's Miss Lindsay on line 1, and Miss Bradshaw's called 3 times, wondering what was keeping you.
Do me a favor, Nan. Tell Miss Lindsay that I've just left and I can't be reached.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thorpe just left, and he didn't leave word where he could be reached.
Thank you.
Senator-elect Ross Marler will be rebroadcast in its entirety at 11 o'clock.
Why are you so impossible? What kind of a masochist are you? Do you want me to spell it out?
Yes.
All right, I'll say it. I don't love you, Blake, okay? Does that make you happy?
What's the matter?
I don't know why I came. I don't know. What was I thinking?
Why are you crying?
You know, I know that you can't just open the door to just me. I have to bring you something. A present or a good excuse, a very good excuse, because it's just all washed up between us. That's okay. I accept it, really. Never mind.
Wait! Blake!
I'm okay, really. I'm not going to keel over or anything. How was the interview? I only saw
Oh, come
the
on,
end of it.
Blake. Something must have happened. Now, what was it? What?
You're like a trip to the doctor. Just tell me what ails you and then be on your way. I'll be on my way. It is.
No, wait a minute. You come to my door crying. I'm not allowed to ask why?
What's the point, Ross? I'm as sick of the messes that I've made as you are.
Does it have anything to do with it being Holly's birthday?
You want to hear something really funny? You and I were the only two people that remembered.
You talked to her?
I brought her flowers. She knocked them out of my hand.
Well, what did you expect?
That was the least of it.
So did she say anything?
I don't even know why I went. I mean, why does the tongue go to a toothache? I don't know why I do anything that I do. It's like I can't live up to my nice potential, or maybe I just don't have one.
It's very difficult for Holly because she loved us both.
Oh, no, I was informed otherwise. You she might have loved, but me it was more of a kindly thought when I was 9. For one distant afternoon, she cherished me after a fashion. Not before, and certainly not since.
Oh, Roger, if you're there, pick up, would you? Listen, call me as soon as you get in. It doesn't matter how late it is, okay? Springfield, yeah, the Regency Hotel. Thanks. Yeah, hello. I want to speak to Jenna Bradshaw. Suite, I don't know, room, whatever. Just ring it, please. Thanks.
I think you're in terrible pain. I can hear the pain in your voice.
I was in love with him, and he treated me like dirt.
I want to tell you something about love. It's not a comment on your lifestyle, which is none of my business. And that's that when love feels this bad, it's not love.
What world are you living in, Gary? Love is just what it is. You can say yes or say no to it, but that's all the choice you get.
Like, I don't think that mothers have a choice. They can't hate their children. I think it's biologically impossible.
I realize that it's very important for men to believe that. My father does. That's what gets him off the hook.
Look, people say a few words or they refuse to say them. You can't let it matter that much.
Ross, people are born and people die. And what keeps them going in between is the hope of hearing certain things from certain other selected people.
Still, they're just words.
Then why should they be so hard to say to me? I'm really tired of this. I am. I don't know what I expect you to do. Well, hey, I have my health right. That's great. Thanks for the unsympathetic ear. Or semi. I'll try not to rely on it too much before you leave.
Where are you going?
I'm going.
No, don't, Blake.
I'm
Blake.
sure you have things to do, Ross.
I need you to stay. Please. I'm like a dead man. When you talk, it's a person. When I talk, it's sound, like a wind in my throat. You know, I thought I was bound for glory, and then when glory came to me, I turned away from it, and nothing I have said or done since was the deed of an honest man. You know, all those words that I lavished on my campaign, thousands of them. But I was so stingy with the words I knew to be true. And I did that because a true thing cannot be retracted, and that's not in keeping with my erasable life. I love you, Blake. Dear God, of course I love you. What else has all this been about?
I wish I believed you. That was very generous of you. It's a very kind thing to say.
I have few good qualities. Generosity is not among them.
Maybe generous was the wrong word. I mean, you're very responsive. Somebody holds up a baby and you kiss it. Somebody is crying because no one loves her, and you see that void and you fill it.
As you well remember, I never did that for you before.
you understood anything I said, Ross. This is the last gasp. I am not here to ring out a declaration from you.
Maybe that's why I feel so free to finally make one.
There's a psychological term for this, I'm sure. It's called, as long as you want me, there has to be something wrong with you syndrome. It's followed very closely by a related disorder known as, now that it's over, the scales have fallen from my eyes. We've all had it. It goes away. I'm sorry, Ross. I can't take that roller coaster ride again.
I can't believe I've done this. I've made a coward out of you.
No, it's called growing up.
Yeah, well, for me, it's more like shrinking. I mean, here you are. You, today, the same as you were yesterday. Being exactly what you said you would be and loving me for no good reason, and that just makes me ashamed.
Why?
Because I took the easy way out. I chose something ordinary instead of choosing something beautiful that I couldn't quite imagine.
What couldn't you imagine?
My life, when no one's looking. I couldn't quite imagine happiness mattering.
Don't tell me it's so wonderful now.
I won't.
And don't make me sorry for anything.
It's at this point, if I were you, I'd be running.
There'll be plenty of time for that.
Susan, you have what I call the victim's view of love, which is basically that however painful it may be, what can you do about it? Now, granted, some feelings can be overpowering, but there's never a time when we can't make healthy, life-affirming choices for ourselves. Susan.
You're a very intelligent person, Gary. But like most intelligent people, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
This is Dr. Gary Gager, and our topic tonight is love and dependency, the great topic of our time, possibly of all time.
Moron. Oh, Roger. Why is your voice there and you are not? It's like I keep ringing the inside of my head. Only Blake keeps answering. All this stuff it keeps repeating. Things that don't bear repeating just keep running around and around in my head, and I need to talk. You know, hey, it was better for you to go out to dinner with Jenna than with me, because,
Sometimes I wonder. I don't remember a time that I wasn't afraid or ashamed of something. Will I go to Washington with you?
Can you trust me to figure that out?
Can I? Do you remember that day you found me crying in the shower? And you washed me and hands were so light. That's the day I fell in love with you.
It was also the day of the photographs. Remember somebody at our window with a little camera?
Those pictures were pictures of me in love with you. They should be on our mantle. When did you fall in love with me?
Well, I can't really pinpoint a time, but I think that I was waiting for it. Then, as it turns out, it was always there, like a hidden talent. And it was waiting for me. Everything in life just happens once. It only comes once. You wouldn't like Washington anyway. How'd you see it?
I had the most wonderful dream last night. There was this man. He was sensitive and brilliant and gorgeous. And he said that he loved me. There is this man that could have any person, any woman that he wanted said he loved me. What do you make of that? Why, did you, stay up all night?
Yes.
Why? I mean, is something wrong? Ross, please talk to me.
I was thinking about our futures.
Futures? Plural. Like, don't you mean future? Like the one that we're going to share together?
I don't know if I can promise that, Blake. Frankly, I don't know what I can promise.
It's like I keep ringing inside of my head. Only Blake keeps answering. All these stuff, it keeps repeating things that don't bear repeating, just keep running around in my head, and I need to talk. You know, hey, it was better for you to go out to dinner with Jenna.
Oh, hey, listen, I wasn't asking for any promises. I heard enough of those during the campaign.
Oh, come on, Blake, don't be like this.
What, like what? What is it that they say, be careful for what you ask for? It might rise up and bite you in the tush? Something like that?
Please, Blake.
What? I have no illusions, Ross, really. I know that the future can't always work out the way we planned it.
That is not the point.
Then what is the point?
Now, what are we going to do now? What am I going to do?
Why are you putting so much pressure on yourself?
I want to do the right thing.
No, I'm the one dumb enough to try to force this issue.
No.
Yeah, and that is stopping us of right now.
Blake, you did not force anything.
What, showing up in tears, playing damsel in distress to the hilt?
Okay. You were pretending?
No.
No. You were in pain. You were hurting.
And proceeded to make you feel as guilty as possible.
Blake.
Yes, forced you to say things you never, ever intended on saying.
No, you did not force me to do anything.
You were so sweet and so gentle. It was just what I needed.
Blake, it is very difficult to talk to you as a moving target. Could you just stand still? We'll have this nice little two-way conversation, okay?
I won't hold you to it, Ross.
Hold me to what?
Really. I won't.
What are you talking about?
What you said last night.
I meant it.
It's morning now, you know? It's another day, so it's...
You know something? You are very difficult to pin down, most of the time.
I just want to put my clothes on so I can go.
No, you're not going to go, and I don't know where you get this take this back stuff. I am taking nothing back.
Do you remember what you said?
Yes. And I meant it. Every single word.
You...
Blake, I love you.
You do. Hearing you say that just all fits. What?
I have a few things to do.
Yeah?
Actually, it's just a couple of things, but I have to get them done.
Are they secret? I mean, can you tell me?
You're going to find out soon enough. Now, look, I want you to go to Ed Marine's. You wait for me there.
Something smells awfully good.
Yeah, well, it may smell okay. I can't vouch for what it's going to taste like, though. These are the new sausages, you know. No meat, no fat, no fun. They must be made of extract of enzyme or
Oh,
something.
my taste buds are tingling with anticipation.
Oh, I bet they are. I make an old-fashioned eggs, though. What do you want? How do you like them?
The old-fashioned way.
Okay, sunny side. Up, coming up. Well, no, actually, we're looking at scrambled this morning, okay?
That's okay. Michelle ate before she left?
Yeah, she didn't want the sausages. She opted for that noisy cereal of hers.
How about Blake? Did you see her this morning?
No, I didn't, you know. And matter of fact, I didn't see her car when I came in last night either.
Oh, I saw her the other day at the diner, and she seemed so down. I think things with her and Ross are really kind of over.
No. One thing I've realized, I'm way past thinking that the ups and downs that go along with a romance are fun. I mean, I'm just glad I don't have to handle that kind of chaos anymore.
No, it sounds exhausting.
Whereas cooking breakfast for my hard-working wife is fulfilling and invigorating.
Sorry about last night, sweetheart.
What about last night?
Well, working late with Al Michael.
Don't worry about it. I paid Katie when I staggered in. I'll tell you one thing, though. Michelle is adamant about being too old for a babysitter.
Oh, I know. You know, I talked to Fletcher yesterday. He's really not happy about the job.
What job?
The press job in Washington. I thought you would have heard.
No, what happened?
Ross told him he didn't need him.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. That was my response, too. I mean, I couldn't really believe it. Ross using him like that and then just tossing him aside. What a way to treat an old friend.
God, that's strange.
I mean, it's more than strange. I mean, it's not the first time Ross has done this, you know?
What do you mean?
Holly. Don't you think that's the way she's feeling, tossed aside?
Holly! Holly! Come on, Holly, I know you're in there. Holly, open the door. Look, just tell me you're okay now, all right? Holly, where are you? Holly! Holly! Holly, wake up. Wake up. Come on. Wake up. Wake up. Come on, wake up.
Wake up. Come on, wake up. You know, you're right. Ross doesn't look too good in all this.
It's like stabbing a friend in the back. I mean, what is going on with him these days?
I don't know. I'm sure he has his reasons.
Yeah, well, he didn't explain them very well to Fletcher. All Fletcher knows is that he was dumped. Talk to Fletcher yourself.
Yeah.
Ah, the sounds of Blake pulling in the driveway. Maybe she can give us some information about Ross.
Hello. Good morning.
Hi, hon. So, where were you?
Well, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
She was at a Dickens festival.
I don't mean to pry. Yes, I do. I'm going to pry like crazy.
All right, then I will tell you. Shall we start with the best of times?
Ross?
Gee, how did you know?
That's back on.
Well, not in the same old way, though.
Could we have a translation, please?
Ross said that he loved me.
He did.
Not just once, 3 times. I kept a close count.
What does this mean?
That he loves me.
Well, what about Washington? Are you going with him?
That I'm not sure of.
Mr. Vice President? Mr. Speaker? My fellow senators, I come before you today to announce that I, Ross Marler, am a hypocrite. I can also lay claim to being a consummate liar. Now, those two talents make me eminently qualified to serve in this august body. Unlike the rest of you, however, I am beholden to no special interest, save for one very treacherous man. And that I hope to remedy by making it abundantly clear to all interested parties that I can be as bought as easily as any other senator. All you have to do is give me a call, tell me what needs doing, and if the price is right, you may assume it will be done. After all, why should other senators make millions for a few favors while I toady to one man in return for his silence? Oh, please. Please, I beg of you, hold your applause until the end. And believe me, the end is near. And so, in closing, I promise that I will compromise myself with anyone at any time, at any place, for any reason. I also promise that I will devote my energies to my own self-reflection, and damned be he who gets in my way. Moreover, I promise that I will never let my personal feelings for anybody interfere with the self-interest of the United States Senate. Now, you may applaud. This is Ross Marler. I need to speak with the governor.
But come on, Holly, come on now. You gotta help out a little bit here. Walk, 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 walk. Come on, talk to me. Come on now. Come on. Come on, you're awake. Come on, you'll be all right as long as you keep walking. Come on, talk to me. Come on, Holly. How about some coffee?
Leave me alone.
Oh, that's good. You're walking and talking at the same time. Come on. Come on. Holly. Holly, come on. You got to work at this, too. Come on. A little... Yeah, that's good. You get... The coffee will help that. Ready? Come on. Come on. This is going to be good. Okay.
Unbiased opinion now. Are those sausages great or what?
I don't see how you can be so unconcerned about this. Great or not? But if Ross doesn't want to take you to Washington,
I don't know how to describe it.
how can you be sure he loves you?
Tasteless comes to mind.
It's only your life we're talking about here.
Maureen, I have other considerations.
Such as?
I believe in Ross.
You're avoiding.
I'm happy again, and these sausages are getting better and better.
I don't know, but I think Ross is behaving in a very slippery fashion these days.
Telling me he loves me is slippery?
Well, this whole thing with Fletcher is not exactly straightforward.
What thing?
He's just axed him from his job in Washington.
Oh. Oh, I didn't know that.
So, what else is going on, huh?
What, you mean my mom? She doesn't love me, and she doesn't see how anybody else could either. That's one of the nicer things she's saying these days.
She said this?
Doesn't sound like Holly.
Direct quote, when I went to wish her happy birthday.
Oh.
I'm not going to worry about her. I'm very happy that she's putting me behind her, and I will happily do the same thing. This is freeing me. I can get on with my life now.
I've seen you with Holly and Holly with you for a big part of your life. There's always been love there, and I've just got to believe it's still there.
You're kidding yourself. Just like I kidded myself.
Well, maybe the two of you could go into therapy together.
Are you kidding? No, she would never do it. Neither would I. After everything she said to me, what she called me, I'm sorry. I will never forgive her.
Hello?
Ed, hey, listen, it's Roger. I'm over at Holly's.
What's wrong?
I came and found her. Come on, Holly. I found her passed out. She lost a bout with a bottle last night. There's also some pills lying around the floor.
Okay, I'll meet you at the hospital, and bring the pill bottle.
But wait, I don't want to do that. Listen, for one thing, she's barely conscious. And for another, I don't want people seeing her like this. She's suffered enough public ridicule lately. Holly, come on, talk to me.
All right, I'll come there, Roger. But listen, keep her awake.
Keep her awake. I'm on my way.
Daddy's girlfriend?
No, actually, it's your mom. She's been drinking, and she may have taken some pills.
Well, I'm coming with you.
No. Stay here. I'll call you as soon as I know anything.
Yes, Governor. Absolutely. I certainly appreciate this. And I assure you, you'll not regret this. Well, thank you, sir. Good luck to you, too.
Come on now. Just one more sip. Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
keep saying the same over and over.
Is it too hot?
Just nag me.
Got a little more color in those beautiful cheeks. Come on now.
My head.
Come on. You got a hangover.
Hangover. How did I do that?
I also found some pills on the floor.
Migraine.
You mix pills with alcohol, Holly.
One pill. Oh. What are you doing here?
You called me. You left 7 messages on my machine.
7 times I called you.
You sounded very upset. Holly.
I called you 7 times. Give me some more coffee.
Holly, what happened?
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, no.
It's about Blake?
I did a terrible thing.
What? Was she here?
Yeah, she came here. She wanted to wish me a happy birthday. Oh, she said she wanted to make up.
And what happened? You wouldn't?
Well, I was so angry, you know. She kept pushing me. She kept pushing. Well, why can't you just leave it alone, you know? Just leave it.
Holly, what did you do?
Told her I didn't love her.
Oh, Holly, come on. You didn't mean it. She knows that.
it just came out like that.
She knows, Holly.
She's always thought I don't love her enough. Always. And that's the terrible thing, but she's right. I've just been such a failure as a mother.
No, you haven't.
And now I can't do anything right. I'm just a failure. Everything.
Oh, Holly.
How doesn't he call?
He said he would call when he knew something.
Well, maybe it's serious. Well, maybe he had to take her to the hospital. He looked serious when he left. I think
Serious, yes. Worried, no.
You know, maybe this is just a big ploy. And she's getting Ed and Dad to fuss all over her. It's working, isn't it? I mean, it's a big success. It's Holly Lindsay is pulling in huge personal ratings.
A ploy is still a cry for help, Blake.
You know, you don't have to worry about me.
What?
Aren't you needed at Spalding or something?
I worked until midnight last night. I'm not going until later.
Well, you don't have to wait around because of me.
I'm not.
I mean, I'll be fine alone.
I know.
Here, let me stack these
No,
for you.
you don't have to do that.
No, it's fine. It's fine, really.
You know, as far as this thing goes about the two of you not loving each other.
No, it goes far, Maureen. Trust me. You didn't hear half the things she said to me.
She must have been terribly upset.
She wanted to hurt me, and she enjoyed doing it.
Well, I'm sure she hates herself for having done it. That's probably what this is about.
I'm still having a hard time understanding this, Holly.
I'll try.
Why do you want to beat up on yourself?
You will spare me your two-bit psychoanalysis, won't you, Ron?
Holly, I'm the one who messed up this family. I'm the one who brutalized you all those years ago and made you so bitter.
I called you 7 times. I must really wanted to talk to you.
I wish I'd been there. Talk to me now. Tell me why you called.
I'm tired.
No. Come on. Holly, Ed told me to keep you awake, and that's what I'm going to do now. Come on. Come on. Here we go. So you had a rough night last night, huh? Must have been a doozy.
Yeah, well, same as any other night you ever spent your birthday alone. But the wine kept
Come on,
flowing.
Holly.
Oh, great. All I need to do is step on the American flag.
Oh, no.
Yes. You lied to me. You lied to me right on my birthday. You stand me up for your stupid foreign
Holly,
affair.
Holly, I didn't know it was your birthday. It just didn't register, you know?
Shut up. Just go now.
Holly,
Go!
Holly. She's doing a lot better.
What are you doing here?
Look, I called him. You don't remember because you were too groggy.
How about now? How you doing now?
Nobody can know about this, Ed.
That's going to depend on what happened. All right, tell me about the pills. What happened with the pills?
I took 1 migraine headache pill. Don't go thinking I'm trying to check out or something.
But you were drinking, right?
I had a very mellow Cabernet and some great
Holly,
champagne.
even 1 pill with alcohol, that's stupid. You know better than that.
You can go now. I don't need you anymore.
She'll be right.
Thank you for coming. I can always count on you.
You know, the problem with Washington is the price of everything.
Yeah, things are very expensive.
Houses are like 3 times what they cost in Springfield.
Terrible.
And taxes are just incredible.
Sounds like you've done your research.
Well, I subscribe to Washington papers just in case.
Sounds to me also like your heart is set on this.
Well, take what comes.
sorry,
Maureen.
No, it's all right.
I'll replace
Don't worry
it,
about it.
okay?
It happens all the time. No. Just get something to sweep it up.
Okay.
Oh, I bet that's Ed. Do you want me to get it? Hello?
Blake, it's me.
How is she?
Woozy, but other than that,
She's not going to have to go to the hospital?
no.
So it's nothing serious then?
She drank too much. She took a migraine pill. It was a pretty dumb move, but she knew better than that.
Then it wasn't she didn't try.
No. She'll be fine tomorrow.
So she got people worrying for nothing.
Well, let's not be too hard on her now. I mean, if she thinks that she had a headache yesterday, wait till she gets a load of what kicks in when the fog lifts, you know?
No, the only thing she learned is that she still has the power to manipulate people. So people still jump when a fragile Holly Lindsay snaps her fingers.
Did she hang up?
No.
Why didn't you say goodbye?
For someone with a world-class hangover, you got a lot of questions.
Tell me, Ed.
Tell you?
What she said.
She was relieved.
No, she wasn't.
Wait. You say, tell me what she said. I say she was relieved. You say no. What is that?
Nice try.
Time for another cup of coffee.
I know, my daughter, Ed, unfortunately.
Ollie, for Pete's sake.
You're a terrible liar. Of course, that's what makes you different from the rest of us.
Not even a second, Senator.
I won't keep you long, I promise.
You won't keep me at all.
Roger, the game is over. I've rewritten the rules, and I've won.
Still no sign of him?
No one's seen Ross Marler. Nobody's heard from Ross Marler. Ross Marler has left no message. This is driving me crazy.
Your insecurity's showing.
Going crazy has nothing to do with my security or lack of saying.
Oh, I see. You're just going crazy on general principles.
Exactly.
How much reassurance do you need? The man just said he loved you.
3 times.
Well?
The more that time goes by, the less I'm sure he meant it.
You've won?
The game is over. I've rewritten the rules.
What the hell are you talking about?
It gives me great pleasure to announce, Roger, that you've lost. Game, set, match. And my last point was a perfect ace.
Ross.
I know that you felt that you held all the cards, and frankly, I can't blame you. You had the videotape of Blake. You forced me to fire Fletcher Reed. You forced me to support Thorpe Towers, so I can understand your disappointment when all your good works go for naught.
Ah, you snapped. The elevator's not going to the top. Come on, are you trying to pull a bluff on me now?
You think I'm bluffing, Roger? Call my hand.
You're still my stooge, buddy. And you're going to remain so as long as I need
Roger, it's over. I've given up everything. I'm not going to Washington. I'm not going to be a senator.
Ross isn't the kind of man who'd say he loves you and not mean it.
Oh, no, you weren't there, Maureen. I practically begged him to say those words.
Meant it, Blake. He said it, And he meant it. Why don't you stop torturing yourself and start thinking about, I don't know, the inaugural ball or the Cherry Blossom Festival or something?
Fine, make fun of it.
I'm not making fun of you. I just want you to be happy. I want you to be the best Blake you can be, the Blake who loves herself and is loved by other people.
It's kind of hard to expect other people to love me when my own mother doesn't.
I just can't stop thinking about it. All the words just kept pouring out of my head, one rotten thing after another. I knew it was going to hurt her, and I just let her have it.
I don't know what to say.
There's no comforting me, I know. I tried to find it in a bottle, and it doesn't work.
I don't feel like comforting you. I feel like yelling at you. I feel like doing to you what you did to Blake.
So go ahead.
I would if I thought it would change anything.
It won't. Nothing can change the hell I've been through in the past few months.
Blake's trying.
Yeah, she was. She came by to wish me a happy birthday. She brought me flowers. They lasted considerably longer than my last lover. It's a joke, Ed. Little gallows humor.
Nothing's stopping you from trying to change things either. I mean, what are you doing looking for forgiveness in a bottle?
I did try to change things. I made them worse. It's a knack I have.
Aren't you getting a little tired round about now? Excusing yourself with all this self-loathing?
Is that what I'm doing?
I mean, it's not that I'm angry because you're having trouble liking yourself. We all have trouble liking ourselves, but you're turning it into a full-time occupation.
You're a hard man, Ed.
I'm trying to get your attention because you are in trouble. You're hitting the booze. You're taking pills.
One pill.
You got lucky. You were out of control. You could have taken more and forgotten about it. You could have taken the wrong kind.
Do you think I wanted to be out of control?
What do you think, Holly?
Yeah, maybe I did. Maybe I just wanted to get drunk and not feel anything, just float.
Did it work out that way?
No. So what do I do now?
Easy, get help.
Shrink.
Family counseling, you and Blake.
Oh, it's too late for that.
Of all the dumb things you have said today, that is the dumbest.
What happened last night, nothing can fix it.
Of course it can be fixed.
Can't. And I'm kidding myself, blaming it all on Ross or on Roger. No more. It's all too clear what the problem really is. It's all too clear.
Not for a minute.
I can hear the wheels turning.
I don't buy this for a minute.
And your mind is calling damage control.
Never give up.
Damage
precious
control come
Senate
in.
seat.
We're
You wanted
taking
it so
on water.
long
We're
and too
listening
badly.
to Ford. Abandon ship,
Shut up!
everybody. Why not? I've said what I wanted to say. And I got the reaction I anticipated. Actually, it was a little better than I anticipated.
Just a minute. You'll never give up your precious Senate seat. You'll never resign.
I've already resigned, Roger. My resignation is on the governor's desk right this minute. If you don't believe me, give him a call.
You just cut your own throat?
I don't see it quite that way.
Doesn't add up.
No, at first it didn't, you know. At first I thought I could handle both you and the job. But then I realized I was conning myself. I could never sell my soul to the devil. And no job is worth answering to you. That just makes my skin crawl.
So, Mr. Smith doesn't go to Washington?
I could have made a difference for this state. I would have worked very hard.
You would have been the same wimp that sat in the DA's office.
Who still sits in that office. Let's not lose sight of that.
Double thing for you not to lose sight of, buddy. I got a piece of Spanish news for you. You're not walking out of here so free and clear. Remember this?
I assume that's the videotape of Blake.
Bingo! Now, let's be real clear about this. You either toe the line or I release this tape.
Roger,
And then everybody will know the real reason you resigned, see? And you'll never be able to hold your head up in this town again.
You still haven't answered my question.
Which one? Why was Roger here? That question?
He said that you called him.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? I can't believe I did it. I mean, what drove me to pick up the phone when I've been trying to exorcise him out of my life for the past 20 years?
Seriously think you could do that?
I used to. But now, I don't know. Maybe just a fact of my life. Like the color of my eyes. Or my propensity for migraines.
He's the father of your child.
Yeah. And no matter how hard we try, we can't change that, right?
Well?
You confirmed it.
An unnamed source close to the governor confirms Ross Marler's resignation.
You didn't give a reason.
Better get yourself a better source.
Suppose I let you be my source.
Got little beads of sweat forming on your forehead, Roger.
Who would have imagined that you would turn out to be so rash? I mean, not only in the bedroom, but even in the political arena. Surely you knew that if you crossed me, I'd have to release this.
Yes, I knew.
And then no matter what story you tell the governor or the press or anybody, everybody's going to find out the truth.
Which you're holding in your hand.
No. You are not going to blow your whole future.
My immediate future is quite set. I intend to serve out my term as district attorney, which means I have a few pieces of unfinished business to take care of. First of all, I'm going to admit my mistakes and then come clean about what Blake did.
Want to clarify that?
I intend to prosecute your daughter. So if you please, give me the tape.
Well, Dr. Ed to the rescue once again. I hope my insurance covers it.
Yeah, I think you got full coverage.
Oh, lucky me. Actually, Maureen is the lucky one. You're such a good man, Ed.
Call me if you need me.
No, I'm trying to say something sincere, meaningful.
Okay, I'm a good man. I'll take your word for it.
I hope she knows how lucky she is.
Got to be careful what we hope for these days. Take care.
Hello?
That was Mom. I got my mom. I thought I was dialing Ross, and I must have pressed an automatic dial or something. We don't have that. No? No, I think you dialed your mom by mistake, or maybe not by mistake. Maybe you still care enough about her to find out how she's doing. What, my subconscious dialed the phone? Look, what happened last night was pretty scary. It's only natural you would be concerned about her. No, nothing is natural about my relationship with my mother. Why didn't you talk to her just now when she picked up? Why? She wouldn't want to hear from me. Oh, she wouldn't. Neither would anybody else. I don't think this is my day. Hey, it's early. I mean, things could get worse. You know what's amazing? There was a moment last night. I mean, it wasn't long, but there was just a moment that I was totally happy. I was so certain that Ross cared about me. And now it's... talk about a crash landing. Well, I'm taking off again. Can't keep a good woman down, right? Where are you going? I don't know, but I'll figure it out. Thanks.
Yes, Governor, I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. Absolutely. No press release until tomorrow. I don't want anyone finding out about my resignation until then. I have some rather important business to take care of. Thank you, Governor. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you returning the call. Thank you.
Okay, why the stall on the press release? What do you got up your sleeve?
Nothing but aces. So if you'll give me the tape, I'll be on my way.
Don't think so.
Roger, you don't seem to understand the situation. Blake is not being mistreated here.
Oh, no?
No. I'm the injured party. She took from me what I wanted most in this world. To serve in the Senate, that meant everything to me, and she knew it.
She was helping you. She was trying to get you the election. She was trying to fulfill your dream. And you turn around and stab her in the back?
There was no treachery here, but a law has been broken. And Blake turned out to be her father's daughter, a chip off the old Raj. And she's going to be treated accordingly. I intend to prosecute her to the full extent of the law.
You're a colossal hypocrite.
Because I want to do my job?
Because you would destroy a girl you said you loved.
I swore an oath, Roger, to uphold the law.
I knew that you were just using Chrissy. I knew it all the time. I tell you, if I thought I could get away with it, I'd kill you now. Right here.
I came to see you, Dad. What's going on?
Business. Boss came for the tape.
I don't understand.
Care to enlighten her, Senator? No, I didn't think so. I wish I didn't have to tell you this, honey.
What?
Ross is selling out. He's throwing you to the wolves.
I don't understand.
I'm not going to the Senate.
He's resigned. See, he's decided he doesn't have to go all the way to Washington when he can make headlines right here at home. You put your girlfriend on trial and let a jury make dog meat out of her, it tends to cause a stir.
I don't believe you.
Ask him. Ask your lover, who you've cried all those tears over, how he plans to turn this into Exhibit A.
Ross, tell me that he's wrong. Tell me.
I can't.
Ross. What changed?
What do you mean?
I offered to go to jail once before and you wouldn't hear of it. You said that you couldn't do that to me.
I thought that I could live with your father's depraved idea of compromise, but I found that I couldn't. Please, I just couldn't. I'm so sorry.
You're sorry.
And this is the only way I have to clear my name, and it might take years, I realize that. But I gotta start somewhere. And I think that the public will understand if I just confess everything and I just lay out my life for them.
Your life? What about my life, Ross?
You broke into Leo Flynn's office. I didn't ask you to do that.
I don't believe I'm hearing this.
I wish there was enough.
You wish? I wish I never laid eyes on your lying face.
Chrissy. That was like watching you take out a gun and shoot her.
And who gave me the gun?
Don't you start that! Don't you dare!
Start what? Telling the truth? Somebody has got to. None of us would be in this hideous situation if you didn't set things in motion. You planted the phony document, you tip off Blake, and then you videotape the whole damn thing. Now, that's entrapment. And the minute you did that, Roger, you became the architect of your daughter's despair.
Listen, this was your decision. I gave you an alternative. You had the choice.
Going to the Senate was never an alternative. What was I supposed to do? Pretend to serve the people while I was really serving you? You knew that would just be a slow death for me. You also knew, Roger, that eventually I would have to sacrifice Blake. What you didn't know was how long that would take.
You think you got me all figured out, don't you?
You know, I think I do. You found a way to punish your daughter and then have her hate somebody else for it. But you and I, Raj, we know who's sending her to prison, don't we?
Oh, Blake's not going to prison. But you might. I'm the only one on this earth who knows how truly corrupt you are, how diseased and decaying with self-interest. One of these days is going to trip you up, and I'm going to be right there when it does, pal. And until then, you stay the hell out of my way!
My pleasure, Raj. Go someplace else.
Ross, go away. Leave me alone.
I need to talk to you.
I'm going to start screaming. You want me to scream? I swear I will.
You don't understand anything that happened today. Please come outside and let me explain.
Go with him, lady. Would you please? The rest of us are trying to enjoy a picture here.
You're disturbing the audience, Ross.
I don't care. I'm not leaving here without you.
Well, I'm not leaving here with you.
All right, that's it.
Happy now?
No, I am not happy. And I won't be happy until you let me explain what was going on with your father.
You sold me out.
I did
That's
not.
That's what's going on. Please spare me your moaning and groaning about how much it killed you to do it.
What do you mean I'm...
Okay, folks. This conversation is going to have to take place somewhere else. You're out of here. Come on, let's go.
Let go of me!
No, not here. Yeah, Blake! What are you doing?
Well, you're refusing to talk to me, so I figure I might as well get some presents.
I am not refusing to talk to you. I just wanted to come where it's quiet and I can do this properly. Someplace like this.
Where are we? The beach? What? You were hoping for a little quickie before you read me my rights?
I know how things look today, but it wasn't real. None of it was real.
Whatever.
Do you honestly believe that I would take that videotape and use it to prosecute you?
I'll tell you what I believe. When you said you loved me, I believe that. That's how pathetic I am. I would like to know something, though, Ross. Why did you say it?
Because it's true. That's why I took the gamble I took today.
Sorry, Ross, but it's really not your gamble when it's somebody else's neck at stake.
Blake, I got Roger to destroy that videotape.
What?
I called his bluff. I knew that if he thought I was serious about prosecuting you, he'd never let me go through with it, and I was right.
He destroyed the tape?
Right in front of me. Look, he had only one trump card, and he just threw it away.
I don't believe it.
I don't know how long I searched for a way to do this without you thinking that I was betraying you, but I just couldn't find that way. Then earlier today at your father's house, when looking at me with those eyes and begging me to tell you the truth, I almost couldn't go through with it.
Ross.
But I did. And now it's over. And Roger can no longer pull the strings and make Ross dance. It's finally over.
This means that you can go to Washington. You can You can vote any way that you want. Yeah.
Well, no.
Well, if the tape is gone, he can't force you to.
No, he can't, but I'm not going to the Senate.
Well, I know that's what you told Daddy, but can't you change your mind?
I mean, that's not the way it works.
I don't understand what.
I went to the governor's and I resigned officially, and I made sure that Roger confirmed that. You see, I had to make him think I was serious.
You mean they're gonna pick somebody else to go to Washington?
That's all right, though.
No, it's not all right. That was your dream, Ross.
The Senate doesn't hold a candle to what I'm feeling right now, sitting here with you. I owe nothing to anybody. And I'm free to go wherever I wish. And I'm free to love whomever I want.
Tell me again.
I love you. I love you, Blake.
In local news tonight, recent Senator-elect Ross Marler has apparently given up his senatorial seat for undisclosed reasons.
Well, I've been called a lot of things in my time, but an undisclosed reason, that takes a cake.
What are you going to do with this thing? Oh, I know. What you should do is right here. Check the file tape. See,
All right, has anybody heard from Ross yet?
Ross, this is Butcher Reed again. If you're not home, you gotta be picking
How
up these
about Roger and
messages.
Holly? Nick.
Roger, he had a breakfast meeting this morning, which he canceled yesterday. Nobody knows where he is.
Okay, what about Holly?
He's not answering the phone or her page.
My guess is Ross is home. He just doesn't want to talk to anybody.
Well, he can't just resign and expect us not to go for the story.
No, he's probably mad as hell that somebody leaked his story to the press before he had his chance to get his act together.
What about Blake?
Nothing. You think they're together?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, let's get a crew over to Ross's house. I will get a standby crew to help us with the sidebars. William, can you help me for a minute, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, no, but you look so comfortable there. How about if I use your desk?
This is Ross Marler. Press inquiries should be directed to my campaign office. Unless this is a personal call, do not leave a message on this machine.
What campaign office? It's closed and nobody answers the phone.
We have no milk.
Oh, well.
And no bread for toast either. I think we ate the rest of the chocolate in the ham last night. We do have 3 eggs, but I think they're family heirlooms.
Think the Red Cross would deliver emergency chocolate?
Oh, one prehistoric bag of frozen peas.
Well, you defrost them one at a time. They'll last us till Sunday.
You know, these people are the best argument yet against gun control. You're going to have to say something to them eventually, Ross.
Oh, no. They're going to have to learn, like I did, that the best things in life are pretty much incomprehensible.
You can't mean me.
I mean you. You are my little secret, my little sphinx, my little Mata Hari.
Ah, I see. You're never really going to trust me, are you?
It's Real Nick put together on Ross so we can hit the air with the story when we get it.
Isn't he old news yet? You have to forgive me. I'm a little incommunicado lately.
I guess so. But the governor's confirmed it this morning. Ross is giving up his Senate seat.
How many politicians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
2. One to get a ladder and one to form a committee. Blake, I trust you.
The overhead light's on and I'm not taking a shower in the dark.
Mr. Moore, you're here. Just hit my car.
It's really out of line.
What?
Now would be an excellent time to remind each other that we no longer have a reason to fight.
Oh, I'm not fighting. We women of mystery just get this urge to prophesize every now and again. I know you have certain unanswered questions about me.
I do. Like what?
Oh, like, why was I at Daddy's yesterday?
Because he's your father.
And your enemy. Don't you always wonder whose side I'm on?
Okay, you want me to ask? I'm going to ask, Blake. Why were you at your father's yesterday?
Mom had a scare. I guess she had one too many to drink on her birthday, plus a migraine pill or two.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Daddy was the one that found her. Now, did I go there to find out how she was, or just to get the gory details? You always wonder about that, too. Just how bloodthirsty am I?
No, the only mystery to me is why you ever decided to trust me again.
How could I not? Look at what you've given up for me.
Well, look what you've given up for me. Your parents, your career, your reputation.
My reputation is unchanged. What's wrong with your phone machine?
I don't know, maybe it's getting disgusted and it's deciding to quit. Power's out.
Ooh, it's like deja vu all over again.
Yeah, it's another black.
In our honor. Ross, let's make it just like the first time.
Excuse me, did Nick call yet?
No.
We only have 2 more hours.
Before what?
Before we're supposed to go on the air with the story of why Ross is stepping down. You don't look too curious.
That would have to be because I'm not.
Well, Holly, isn't this what you always wanted?
Ultimately, I don't remember.
Come on, to have Ross out in the cold?
Ross is not out in the cold. If he's not taking the Senate seat, it's because there's something else he wants even more. Like what? Well, if I knew that, I'd know everything, wouldn't I? And if I knew everything, well then, what would be the point?
Of what?
Any of it. All of it. All along.
Do you need these, Holly?
It's not in my head. It's in my bones.
I have this theory about blackouts and sex. I mean, where does all that missing electricity go to?
Anybody home? Power company!
Oh, talk about considerate timing.
We have a power outage out here due to a power surge. We need to get in there, check the breaker box for possible damage.
Man, my breaker box is broken, huh?
Could I see some ID? ID? Oh, yeah, 1 minute. There you go. There you go.
Blake, I'm going to let him in.
Okay.
Mr. Morrow, watch your man.
Oh, never fails. You turn out the lights, people revert to animals.
Nick, Blake, come on, call the police, Blake.
No, wait a minute. Hey, I didn't break and enter. You invited me in.
Look, it is against the law to impersonate somebody from a public utility, okay?
Wait a minute, Ross. Wait a minute, let's think about this.
No! My privacy has been invaded. I didn't want these people to know I was even here.
You're not going to have any privacy. Nobody's going to leave you alone until someone gets the story out of you. So come on, why don't you go for a ride with me? There's got to be a back way out of here.
He's right. I mean, wouldn't you rather it be somebody that you know? Somebody that would let you give it your own spin?
Hey, very good advice from your own personal PR consultant. Look, Ross, I'll take care of you, all right? I'll let you tell the story that you want told.
The way I want it told?
What was that? Around the side.
Somebody went out the window.
The power is shut off to the house out here. Just turn it on. Come back in. Lock the door. Look, I'm afraid Ross isn't here, and I really don't want them to know that I'm in here either.
Yeah, I'm sure. Got one of my questions answered.
Which one is that?
Whether and how your fine hand had anything to do with all of this. Engineering it.
Trust me, I'm no engineer.
No? You disappointed about not moving to Washington? I know, my son and I are.
Ross felt really terrible about that.
I don't suppose Nick streaks through here by any chance?
Yes, he went out with Ross someplace.
You know, isn't it funny the way these things just sort of fit together? What happened to me, what happened to you, what happened to Ross? You know, why is it that your daddy's name keeps coming to mind?
This is Ross Marler. Press inquiries should be directed to my campaign office. Unless this is a personal call, do not leave a message on this machine.
This is a message for Blake Thorpe. Miss Thorpe, you may know us. You may know our 3 publications, I'm sure, which are considered the Cadillacs of erotic photography for today's man. We think you're the kind of woman our readers...
Just one more of the dividends that Ross can look forward to. I'll get the story from Nick. Yours has been written 1,000 times.
Here earlier, yeah, Ross Marler was here. You got in the lowdown, and Nick McHenry, all the famous people hang out here. Get this stupid TV to work.
Flickers a little bit. Hit it again.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, while I'm trying to get it fixed, why don't you, we're up here. Yeah.
Something's going on.
There you go. Take some menus here, pass them around. Hey, Officer Cyrus, what time is it?
It's 5 o'clock, buddy.
All right, come on. What's wrong with this?
Try and give it a good...
I know what's wrong with it. Hold on.
Oh,
So our senator-elect has unelected himself. And what's more, we're still going to lose him. I feel a little too freely about himself. Ross Marler spoke freely, some might feel a little too freely, about himself and his plans when I caught up with him this afternoon.
So the state attorney general is screening candidates to serve out my term as district attorney, and I have no intention of interfering with that process. I broke faith with the public, and to my mind, the only reparation I can make is to leave office. I'm still ambitious. It's just that I'm aspiring towards success in my life rather than my career. I realize that it's possible, maybe even probable, that my political career is over. But, you know, in all the headlines and the noise about Blake Thorpe and myself, there was one story that was never told, and that's I'm in love. People certainly understand that. And having fallen in love, I don't want to be quiet about it. I want to be proud, like other people. I want to say, look at this miraculous thing that's happened in my life.
You can handle things from here, can't you? Of course.
That is very hard to do when my name and the name of the person who's dearest to me in this world is being dragged through the mud. So, circumstances oblige me to choose. Now, elected officials may achieve many important things for their constituency, but I just don't think that personal happiness has ever been one of them. I chose happiness. It was a difficult decision for me. I don't know why. I mean, I know most people are born with the idea that happiness needs no defending, but I had to learn it. Last of the late bloomers. I guess that's me.
Ross Marler is nothing if not a consummate persuader. But I left this interview this afternoon believing that what appeared to be the end of a public career was actually just the beginning for Mr. Marler. This is Nick McHenry for WSPR News.
Hey, the reporters are gone. I got my front yard back. What a fickle group they are, huh? Oh, got the power back.
Oh, yeah, it was nothing.
Oh, good. I had visions of you hunkered down here with your little nose pressed against my window.
Hey, listen, I did a good thing. I couldn't make a decision on what we wanted to eat, so I got everything. I got Chinese, chicken, burgers, and pizza. What do you want?
Everything. I want everything.
So there's no news on who's replacing Marla for the Senate seat? All right, let me know if you hear anything, okay, bud? Thanks. All my sources have their ears open, trying to find out who's replacing Marla for the Senate seat, but so far, no news.
You know, you're taking this resignation of Ross's pretty matter-of-factly.
Hey, it's his decision, right?
Why? Just because his libido happens to be in overdrive? I don't understand it.
Falling in love doesn't always make sense, Fletch.
Well, that goes triple, especially when the woman is named Blake Thorpe. No, listen, I know how that babe works. Looking out for numero uno.
Hey, who knows? Maybe Ross Mahler is numero uno in her book right now.
That's a pretty sentimental crack from a hard-bitten, cynical reporter like yourself. Any particular reason?
Hey, who knows why anybody falls in love with anybody else? I mean, I stopped trying to figure that one out ages ago.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take a genius to figure out who benefits from Ross's resignation.
Who, Roger?
Blake's his daughter. Look, maybe they've been planning this. Maybe it's been a conspiracy all along between the two of them.
You know, I asked Ross about that during the interview. When he evaded the question, he said it was too complicated.
What usually is when there's a Thorpe involved.
I don't know. He just seems really happy, Fletch.
Well, good. I wish him a lot of luck, because he's going to need it.
Love is the triumph of hope over experience. I think Mencken said that.
No, it was Samuel Johnson.
Oh, sorry,
and it is my
corrected.
experience that hope ain't all it's cracked up to be. I mean, what is the point of getting your hopes up when in the end, big letdown?
Oh, man, Mr. Cynic.
Mr. Realist to you.
Well, you have to depend on something, don't you?
Yeah, good book. Never let you down.
What happens when you've read them all, Fletch?
Well, then you fall in love. Fortunately, I'm only up to the ends in my library.
I thought I heard you out here. Hi.
Hi, yourself.
Hi.
Miss me?
Always. Did you have any trouble?
Well, there are a few reporters still camped outside, and one sneaky fellow at my place.
Did they bother you?
No, actually, I'm getting better at avoiding them.
Oh, well, you don't have to do that kind of thing anymore. These are the dresses. Huh?
Mm-hmm. I want you to pick out your favorite.
I already have. The little one, the black one, the tight one.
The little one, the black one, the tight one. This
yeah.
one?
Yes.
Figures.
Yeah. Oh, you look particularly beautiful in that.
So where are we going tonight?
It's the thank you dinner for all my campaign workers and supporters.
Oh, that's still on.
Of course it's still on. They deserve a reward. They also deserve an explanation, but I think everything will come clear to them once I make my announcement.
When are you going to stay?
You'll see.
Am I going to like it?
Yes, I think you are, but let me surprise you, all right? I'm going to get dressed.
Okay.
Tonight is just not going to be the same without Roger being there.
Well, I can track him down if you'd like.
Oh, I thought he was still angry at you.
Well, he is, but he doesn't know that we're back together again. I think he'll still talk to me.
He shouldn't have to do that anymore. It was just wishful thinking on my part anyway.
What, seeing my dad?
Well, you remember in The Wizard of Oz what happened to the Wicked Witch of the North?
Yeah, she turned into a puddle and disappeared, right?
Exactly.
This is my father you're talking about.
I know, I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I would just like to see his reaction to my news, that's all.
Well, it must be something if you think it will have this kind of effect.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Well, all I can tell you is that's going to put an end to all the gossip, and it will reassure everybody.
And you won't tell me anything else?
No, you're going to have to wait, just like everybody else, but I guarantee you, you'll love it.
I can wait. Okay.
Blake, sometimes I just have to pinch myself to make sure I'm not dreaming you. You just take my breath away.
Thank you. you, thank you. You look pretty nifty yourself.
I mean, this is just... Oh, wait a minute. Something's missing.
What?
You wait right here. I'll be right back with it.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you deserve an explanation as to why I've given up my seat in the Senate. I am not the first man to give up political ambition for the love of a woman, and I am certain I will not be the last. Ladies and gentlemen, the rumors are true. I am deeply in love with Blake Thorpe, and I've come to realize that no office, however exalted, can compete with the calling of the heart. And my heart belongs to her. Forgive me if I've disappointed any of you, but I cannot live without her. And as the poet says, with your body and your speaking, you have spoken to everything. You worry that I'll leave you. I will not leave you. For traveling is for strangers. And owning everything, I have nowhere to go. Miss Thorpe, will you marry me? Miss Thorpe, I would like you to have these.
Oh, Ross. Ross, these are exquisite.
Guess what?
What?
They belong to my mother.
Are you sure?
They were my mother's favorites, and I am positive.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I have never been more ready in my life.
Oh, Billy?
Look, I didn't contribute much of bucks to your campaign so that Roger Thorpe could be down in Washington trying to get somebody in as your replacement.
Look, you know that if Thorpe gets this permit, we're ruined. How could you do this to us, bro?
Come on. Seems like the only thing you'd be thinking about is Roger Thorpe's daughter. What are you, out of your mind?
No, Billy, I'm not out of my mind. But I am in love. May I have your attention, please?
All right.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, because of your hard work and your abiding faith in me, I've achieved the goal of a lifetime. And yet I stand here before you tonight having turned down that great honor. I'm painfully aware that some of you are angry and confused, and you certainly deserve an explanation as to why I have given up my Senate seat. I am not the first man to give up political ambition for the love of a woman. And I'm quite certain I won't be the last. Blake Thorpe did not convince me to resign. In fact, she knew nothing about it. I would prefer to have served as senator and have Blake at my side, but the potential for conflict of interest was too great, and so I made the only decision possible for me. Despite my sincere wish to serve all of you in Washington. I cannot, and I will not, give up the woman I love to do so. My intentions now are to serve out my term as district attorney until my successor has been confirmed.
What then, Mr. Mahler? When Edward abdicated his throne, he married Wallace Simpson.
Well, Blake and I are very, very happy. But there are no marriage plans. Now, the next order of business, the political process must move forward. I've been speaking with the governor in the last few days. I have suggested he's approved and appointed a new senator for this state. Someone who will fulfill our promises with grace, with dignity, with intelligence. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to your new senator, the Honorable Judge Francis Collier.
Thank you so much. I'm very pleased to be representing all of you.
All right. You didn't let us down after all.
Man, you are full of surprises.
Well, Nick, I figured I owed you something after our interview the other night.
No, all my questions haven't been answered, and I suspect that they never will be. Am I right?
Nick, the good guys have won. Now, that's what's important. Don't you agree?
There's a big story here.
Yeah, I would like to be flying the wall with Roger Thorpe hears about this. This is better than winning the Super Bowl, fellas. It certainly is.
Ross!
Absolutely.
Well, good luck to you in your new life of anonymity, Ross.
Thank you, Nick.
Judge Collier, Senator Collier. I would love to hear your thoughts on all this.
Well, you can stand the noise. I have a minute right now.
Okay, great.
Oh, Vanessa, have you seen Blake?
Who can see anyone in all this mess of people? Why?
Well, she seems to have disappeared on me.
How on earth did you get that dear conservative man to behave so magnificently? Oh, well, on second thought, I can guess. Although I tried that route with him and it didn't work. This must be love. Oh, honey, you must be ecstatic.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I know I would be, It is just so romantic. It's like the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, except, well, for the marriage part. I mean, I really thought for a minute there that he was going to propose, didn't you?
Actually, I did.
But then, on second thought, Ross is really a very cautious man, and I never did get the feeling that he wanted to get married a second time. I mean, some men just have one bad experience and just don't want to try again. You know what I mean?
Excuse me, Nadine.
Oh, sure.
Blake, Ross is looking for you.
Oh, thanks. Where is he?
He's in the eye of the storm. I'm surprised you're not with him.
Well, this is Ross's night.
Actually, it's more your victory, isn't it?
You heard Ross. I had nothing to do with his resignation.
Well, maybe, but it's all about you.
I suppose so.
For as long as I've known Ross, he's wanted to be senator. He should be senator.
Is there a point to this, Vanessa?
Yes, there is. Look, I have nothing against you personally, but I care very deeply about Ross. He's the kindest, finest, most honorable man I know, and I certainly hope you're as committed to him as he is obviously to you.
I'm here, aren't I?
Yes, you are. Today. What about tomorrow? Your track record in these things is not very good.
You've really got a lot of gall quizzing me like this. Speaking of track records, why don't you look at your own?
Blake, let me just say it this way. If you hurt Ross, I'm never going to forgive you.
Rest easy, Vanessa. Ross is not the one that has to worry about being hurt here.
How does it feel to know that you've deprived this state of one of the best senators it might have ever had?
Is it the state you're worried about, or your own career, Haggerty? The DA job isn't such a shoot anymore, is it?
Sticks and stones. I'm really not impressed. You're the one that has to live with what you've done.
Haggerty, it's a public place here. You're way out of line, so why don't you leave while you still can? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. I'm used to this.
So, what did you think about tonight?
Well, you really pulled the rabbit right out of the hat, Counselor. Judge Collier was a stroke of genius.
Thank you. I thought so myself. You're not so okay. What is it? Your father?
No, really, I'm fine.
Blake, I am sorry. I thought that if I said this out loud, that if I explained it, that everybody would understand and just leave us alone. I'm sorry.
It's okay. They were just jealous.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm not going to let him spoil tonight. Tonight is just Ross and Blake, far away from the outside world.
Oh, no. I don't mean to go out on a limb here, but do you think somebody's trying to tell me something?
No, he's trying to tell me something. So welcome to the downside of political life. You're going to find that there's an awful lot of ignorant, angry people out there capable of things like that. Usually aimed at me, but now at you. I'm sorry, Blake.
Why are you sorry? You didn't put it up there.
I wish these morons would confine their hate to me and not spread it around like a bunch of cow manure.
What are you doing?
I'm reporting this to the police.
No. Why? What? Some nut doesn't like my face and suddenly we're calling all cars?
Somebody broke into my house.
Yeah? So what? They didn't take anything, right?
No, they left us something. What is wrong with you?
Nothing. Haven't you had enough bad publicity yet? I mean, this is just another incident, just begging for a headline. And I'm sorry, but I'm just getting tired of checking to see if they're spelling my name right.
Well, I'm sorry. This is not an innocent prank. Breaking and entering is against the law.
Well, to hell with the law. Will you just forget about being a lawyer for a minute and think about how I might feel?
Blake, who else am I thinking about if not you?
Your property, your privacy, the sanctity of your home. I mean, you just can't wait to call the police to protect your domain.
I am calling the police because I don't want you subjected to that ugliness.
The police won't be able to stop what people think about me, okay? I have a reputation, Ross. I'm a scarlet woman. If they're not hanging posters like this, then they're going to be yelling things at us in the street or whispering about us in restaurants. That's right. That's what you got yourself into. Sure, you can take it.
Yeah, but it would be a lot easier to take if you wouldn't pretend that it doesn't bother you.
It doesn't. I'm used to it.
You're not used to it, and neither am I. Blake, this damn thing is scary. It's ugly. It's hurtful towards you. And you're allowed to have feelings about it. It's okay. It's okay. Are you feeling better?
Oh, yeah, sure. Nothing like using up a year's supply of tissues to put one in a party mood. If you want to call the police, go ahead.
If you'd rather, I'll do it in the morning.
Oh, Ross, I don't know what I'd rather. Sometimes I'd just rather you never met me.
Why?
Because you've given up so much for me.
Blake, I'm already happier for giving it up.
But I don't want you to give up anymore. Your privacy, you know, the security of your own home. Before you met me, your life was just so safe and sound.
Too safe. And not all that sound. Honey, I was just a creature of habit. Never a creature of instinct or feelings. You woke that up in me. And how can I begin to thank you?
just love me and never stop. Can we just stay here forever and never go out?
How would we make a living?
Needlepoint. Or lace making. Just something where we just make these beautiful things and we put them in a box by the front door and somebody picks them up and sells them. We could become world famous without ever having to be seen by the naked eye.
Well, sounds practical so far, me lace making.
Yeah.
I could also write a book, Careers for the Excessively Shy.
Who'd blame us? I've seen enough bad pictures of me to last a lifetime.
That reminds me. Excuse me.
Oh, he's leaving me.
It's time for a ceremony, Blake.
Ceremony?
Uh-huh. We're gonna watch this sucker go up in a fire pyre.
Great. Hand me the marshmallows.
I'm gonna torch this. If I can find some matches, which might be a difficult thing to do.
Uh-oh. Looks like our ceremony will have to wait.
If you say so.
I guess we'll just have to, figure out something more amusing to do.
Look at the ceiling.
Chrissy, listen, I've been thinking about you. I know we parted on bad terms, but it is Christmas. When you get this message, give me a call, will you? Hi, Jenna.
Hi, Roger. Oh, you look about as good as I feel. Listen, I think it's time we had a really serious chat.
Listen, honey, it better wait. I think it's time I had a real serious chat with Ross Marler. I'll be back.
Stop the clock. Freeze time. This is as good as it gets.
I hate to disagree, but a half hour ago was...
That's right. That was even better.
You know, don't you, this is the day that Rogers is due back.
When he finds out about Judge Collier being appointed senator.
There's going to be no joy in Thorpeville. Judge Collier is very much her own woman. No way Roger can control her.
He'll try.
In fact, I'm going to go on record, as if I have a record to go on, in saying that his waterfront development plan is going to hit her desk, go right in the wastebasket. It's a dead deal.
Daddy's dream.
It's going to be Daddy's nightmare when he finds out that we're together again.
My father loves me.
And despises me.
That doesn't mean that he won't come to accept us.
Blake, I think that's exactly what it means.
Now, what he cannot change, he will come to accept. I'll get him to come around, really.
Blake, Roger's not the one I'm worried about these days.
He did destroy the tape, didn't he? If he loved me enough to do that, then he'll love me enough to want my happiness. And my happiness is you.
I'd like to think that you know him better than I do, but I don't think that's true.
Let me make some coffee.
Roger, what a surprise.
She'll get swallowed alive, Marler.
Who will?
Your hand-picked candidate for the Senate, Collier. I still haven't figured out how you got the governor to buy that one. He must have a big skeleton in his closet.
Judge Collier will make an excellent senator.
The pros will make mincemeat of her.
So, what is it you wanted to tell me?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about this drivel in the paper.
Which particular drivel is that?
About you giving up your Senate seat for Blake, the woman I love.
And what is it you wanted to ask me?
You used my daughter as an excuse, and you know it. You used her to cover your butt for dropping out.
Did I?
Couldn't stand the idea of being my boy in Washington, could you?
Your boy.
So instead of confronting me directly, you just decided to cut and run. This has nothing to do with Blake. You know you don't love her. Get your clothes on. You're leaving.
No, I'm not.
I'm not asking you.
Daddy, this is where I belong.
We both know that's not true. In fact, all three of us know it, don't we?
And what is that supposed to mean, Roger?
You're wrong, Dad.
He's using you.
I'm using her?
You are just his cover. You're his excuse to his supporters. That's all you are to him. He doesn't love you. You're just damage control. The minute he thinks it's safe, he's going to forget he knows your name.
No.
And that's the good news. Don't forget, you can still be prosecuted, honey. And what better way for D.A. Mahler to kick off another campaign than a flashy victory in the courtroom, proving that the law means more to him than the woman he loves?
You're wrong, Dad.
Listen, I know this guy. He'll do it. Now get out while you can. Get out before he ruins what's left of your life.
I've heard of this before.
And yet you continue to let him debase you. What the hell's the matter with you? You don't have any pride? You're my daughter, for God's sakes. You're a Thorpe, and you let him drag... What is this? Look at this. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You keep this up. You keep hanging out with this guy, and this is exactly who you'll be.
That's enough. I want you out of here and leave us alone.
Stop.
Oh, we're going to get physical now, are we?
Don't push it.
Please.
You're not worth it.
This is the way he operates, and I'm glad you're here to see it, Blake.
Oh, you're so transparent, Ross. Playing the gallant for her benefit, Mr. Macho Man, defender of her honor, and all the while you're poised to stab her in the back.
You see, this is how he operates. He clouds what's really going on with accusations, figuring that the more he tells the lie, somebody somewhere is going to believe part of it, right?
Hey, suppose you tell us what's really going on, Ross.
My prosecuting Blake is not only ludicrous, but it could not happen, even if I wanted to. There's not a court in the country that would allow me because of the publicity about our relationship, and I am stunned that you thought it was possible. So you see, Roger, all these fears that you want to plant in her mind, they make no sense at all. Because Blake has never been a means to an end for me. Never has, never will be.
Guess we're going to have to see.
You know, your mistake is you assume that everybody uses people the way that you do, and that's simply not true. Normal people don't do that. I am with Blake because I love Blake.
Hey, listen, I'm not the press. You don't have to tack on your Mr. Sincerity persona for me.
Get out.
Let me talk to him, Ross.
What for?
I just want to talk to him alone, please. Daddy, I don't want it to be like this.
Give me your hand. No, the other hand. What's wrong with this picture? Something's missing. Now, if he loves you so much, where's the ring? And when's the wedding?
Admit defeat, and so he just lashes out. He says whatever comes to mind, no matter how hurtful.
I know he loves me, deep down.
But he's lost you. Just like he's lost power over that Senate seat. Now, the good news is we may not have to deal with him much anymore.
He's my father, Ross. Can't you understand that? Can't anybody understand that? I mean, it's really easy for you to slam the door on him, and maybe it's easy for Mom, but it's not for me. He's my father, and...
Blake, I wish you could slam that door. It'd make your life so much easier.
I'm gonna get changed.
Said it all, Chrissy.
About Ross, yes. About us, no. I love you, Daddy, and I don't want us to be angry at each other, especially at Christmas. Can I come in, please? Daddy, if you don't let me in soon, the neighbors will talk. Then again, we're Thorpes, they're already talking, right? This is stupid. I'm your daughter. I'm not leaving until we talk, and I'm not talking out here. I know you're angry, but isn't there some way we can resolve this?
Sure. Leave Marlar.
You know I won't do that. Look, I didn't come here to talk about Ross.
Well, what'd you come for? Get me to hand over the trust fund?
No. I came here to thank you for destroying that tape.
Well, your boyfriend tricked me. You must be very proud of his cleverness.
You never would have used that tape against me.
No?
No. Family's too important to you, much more important than revenge. How many times have you said that everything that you've done has been for me and Hart and our children and their children?
If you understood how important family was to me, you wouldn't be with Marlar now.
Look, Dad, I know that we have a really long way to go to get past this hurt. But we can do it. I'm willing to wait. Because I know in my heart that you are the one person in this world, even more than Ross, that loves me without question, unconditionally.
You're so sure of that, are you?
Of a white Christmas, just like the one.
You reached Holly Lindsay. I'm sorry I can't answer the phone right now. Please leave a message after the beep. Hi, Holly. It's Maureen Bauer. I guess you're out, so I should think fast and leave a message. Actually, well, I was thinking of you just a few minutes ago.
Hello?
Hi. Hi, am I calling at a bad time?
No, I was just trying to avoid work.
Oh, well, I know that feeling. Anyway, I know this is very last minute, but I was wondering if you'd like to join us for Christmas Eve. That is, unless you have other plans.
Oh, thank you. Tell you the truth, I'm kind of settled in with an old friend, Charles Dickens. It's been years, I think, since I've had a whole day to read a book.
Oh, that sounds absolutely wonderful. Which one are you reading?
Bleak House. Appropriate.
What?
Nothing.
Well, we'd really love to have you, and if it makes any difference, I don't think Blake will be here.
Well, I'll think about it. Don't count on me, though.
You can change your mind.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're the only... Never mind. Anyway, I really do appreciate it. I do.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Thanks. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Ross, come on in. Nice sweater.
Oh, thank you.
Look, I'm sorry to bother you, but there's no answer over at the garage apartment. I was wondering if you've seen Blake.
You've never turned away from me, Daddy. No matter what I did, you were always the one person I could rely on.
Times have changed.
Don't do this to me, Daddy.
You've done it to yourself. I wanted so much to trust you. Even after I had the evidence on tape, I kept finding ways to rationalize your behavior. I reached out to you as far as I could. I sacrificed my pride for you. That's not all I sacrificed for you. You'll never know how much I sacrificed for you. And for what? So you and Marlar could make a fool of me.
I can't help it if I fell in love with Ross. He's good for me, Daddy, and he does care about me. If you can't bring yourself to accept him, can you at least accept the fact that I'm happy?
Are you? Remember? Where is it? Has it given you everything you want? Oh, it doesn't matter. Your happiness or lack of it is no longer my concern.
Please don't say that, Daddy. Especially on Christmas. Can't we be together, just you and me? No Mom, no Jenna, nothing.
Jenna's out of the picture. She broke up with me.
Why?
Well, it seems she's too devoted to her father to go on sleeping with his enemy.
Look, I don't want you to be alone at Christmas. Please say that we can spend it together.
I've said everything I can and will say.
No, I haven't seen Blake all day. I don't see that much of her anymore. You either, for that matter.
It's been rather hectic lately, Ed.
Go ahead, Ross. Maureen won't mind.
Maureen won't mind what?
If Ross were to take one of your famous Christmas cookies.
Ross may have as many as he likes. That's what they're there for.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What would Christmas be like without wonderful people like you?
We're celebrating, that's for sure.
Where's she going?
Oh, Appalachia. Would you believe it? Oh, just what I need. People who know the real meaning of the word family.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm concerned about you. Jilly said you didn't show up at the station. Are you sick? You look awful.
Thank you very much. I was feeling okay till just now. Roger. You don't mind if I don't discuss business? Okay, I'm not in the mood.
It's family business.
I don't have one of those.
You heard about Ross's resignation?
Oh, yeah. And I heard about Judge Collier taking his Senate seat. That's going to put a crimp in your dynasty plans. I hope you don't think you can buy her patronage.
No, she has far too much integrity.
So what are you doing? Are you sending Blake off to jail?
No, I destroyed the tape.
What? Daddy's little girl.
She betrayed me, you know. She's back in Marlar's bed, apparently to stay.
Oh, well, they deserve each other.
She's such a fool. I told her he's just using her, but she won't listen. She's lost all sense of herself. She came to me just now, wanting to make up with me, and I just couldn't do it. So we just... You know, you're right. We don't have a daughter anymore. Aren't you going to say something?
What's to say?
Holly, you've been consumed by all this for months.
Yeah, consumed is the right word. I just don't have any energy left anymore. You ask me how I feel, I will tell you how I feel. I don't. I just don't feel anything anymore. I just don't care.
I was worried about you.
I went to see my father. No matter how you feel about him, I had to try to make things right between us.
And?
He wouldn't listen to me. He was so cold.
I tried to tell you, Blake.
I know. But it was like I didn't exist for him anymore. I feel so alone.
Well, you're not alone. You have me. Listen.
we could continue this over at your place?
Good idea.
Holly, are you sure you're not feeling things, or maybe you're just burying them very deeply?
Did you pop over here unexpectedly thinking I'd be guzzling down the booze and lining up the pills?
It was just a few days ago.
It was an accident. It was stupid. I appreciate you coming over here, but I'm fine. So you don't have to stay. You can go home and stuff Jenna's Christmas stocking.
Jenna's Christmas stocking will be stuffed by the Chamberlains from now on.
Did you break up with your princess right before Christmas?
The other way around.
Oh, poor Roger. He's having trouble with all those women.
Yeah, poor Roger.
Me? Hello? Yes?
Oh, I did, yeah. Did you get a name? Okay, call me as soon as you have confirmation. Great. I gotta go check something out.
I hope you don't have too lonely a time.
Holly, being alone isn't so bad. It's how you make use of the time. Have a Merry Christmas.